Hey guys, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel. So about a year ago, an old buddy of mine, an older guy, he gave me two guitars that he'd had sitting around for a long time. And the first guitar was a Teisco, a semi-hollow body, which I reviewed a while back. So that was the first guitar, and it was quirky, but pretty cool. However, the second guitar is the worst guitar I have ever played. Okay, so here it is. Some of you old-timers out there might recognize this. This is a Harmony guitar from the mid-1960s. I have seen a lot of beautiful musical instruments in my life. This is not one of them. I mean, just look at this guitar. This is an ugly guitar. Who thought that headstock shape was a good idea? I guess they were just going for something that hadn't been used before. And the body here, I mean, this has been painted at some point. I believe it was originally a sunburst guitar, but just the shape alone, I mean, it looks like something that you would draw on a napkin as a bad representation of what a guitar vaguely looks like. And I know those of you that are familiar with these guitars, you're probably screaming at me right now saying, Max, these were cheap guitars when they came out. This was like a budget guitar, a low budget guitar. Back in the day, you could get these for like $59.95, $60, give or take $5, something like that. It was in that price range. And what really blows my mind is if you say, okay, $60 in 1965, to 2025, you do the inflation calculation and everything, this would be the equivalent of like a $600 guitar today. And when you think about the incredibly good guitars that you can get for $500 to $600 today, I mean, they are so far beyond this. It's not even funny. It's not even close. It's almost like a completely different instrument. For example, my signature guitars with Harley Benton, they cost right around $500 depending on your shipping and so forth, and that is an infinitely better guitar than this one. Another great example would be like the AIO guitars, the all-in-one guitars shop here in Los Angeles, and they've got all these sort of traditional style guitars that they do these really nice setups on. Again, those are around $500, maybe $550, and those things would smoke this guitar all day long. But now, what are the problems with this guitar besides that it's painful to look at? Well, number one, it doesn't stay in tune. It's hard to get it in tune, and even once you get it there, you can't get through an entire song without the tuner slipping and it going out of tune. The action is super, super high. I've got the bridge as low as it'll go. It even has a 0 fret down here, which they would sometimes use to get the action lower on a less expensive guitar. That was a technique they used to use. Even with that, the action is still horrendous. I mean, you could drive a truck under these strings here. The other thing is just this bizarre control system. You've got two pickups and two just on-off switches. So you can turn the pickups completely off, but one at a time. I don't know why you would want to do that. You turn the neck on, or turn that off and turn the bridge on, or you can have them both on. But there's no toggle switch or blade switch like we have today. There's just these individual switches. And then you've got a traditional volume and tone control. The tone control actually works on this guitar. The volume control is just a complete mess. Also, this tailpiece down here, it's this sort of Telecaster looking thing, but it's actually really difficult to get the ball ends of the strings. You have to go like down and around and up underneath this thing. It's actually very difficult to restring this guitar because of that weird tailpiece. And the bridge itself is just a piece of metal with these kind of grooves cut into it, but you know, the strings don't even stay in the grooves. You push on them too hard and it slips right out. Also, look at the pickup placement. You've got all this space over here and even space here, but they took these two pickups and they crammed them close together, kind of in the middle of the body, so the two pickup positions don't even sound that different. Also, the strap button is attached to the neck, so that's always on the back there, so you have the neck bolt-on plate and the strap button there, so the fret access is pretty bad for your hand placement. And this body here, which I think is wood, it might be plastic, but it's very, very thin and there's hardly any weight in the body, and so it's got, you know, a pretty bad balance. It's got this sort of weird neck dive, even though the overall guitar is not that heavy. And the frets, I don't even know where to start on these frets. The fretboard is definitely not rosewood. It's some other kind of wood that's been dyed very dark. And yeah, these are really, really short, small frets, bad fret ends, even after what I assume is decades of having been played. These fret ends are still sharp. I mean, it's uncomfortable to play this guitar. So one of the things I'm talking about in so many videos these days is that we're in the golden age of affordable guitars and golden age of awesome, cheap metal guitars and all this cool stuff, right? Well, this just reinforces that so much. I mean, I really don't think I appreciated how bad affordable guitars used to be. Okay, so let's take a listen to some of the beautiful tones we can get out of this vintage instrument. And of course, guys, real quick, I want to tell you that if you enjoy videos like this, checking out affordable guitars and also staying up on all the latest news in the guitar universe, and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. Okay, we're going to plug this in and listen to how I struggle to play it. Okay, so first of all, guys, I want to start by saying that I did everything I could to kind of give the best tone possible out of this guitar. I was using my Boss IR200 amp and cabinet simulator, and I've got a bunch of reverb and even some delay on there in certain parts. So I'm kind of helping this guitar as much as I can, and to be totally honest, when you run it through something like that, the tone is not terrible. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it is very, very difficult to play. And in particular, the intonation is very, very bad. Part of that is, I think, just you can't adjust the intonation at all. It's not like a compensated bridge. There's no saddles that you can move. And also the action is very, very high, which makes the intonation worse and inconsistent because the action is low down here but high up here. So you're pressing the string down like a different distance depending on where you are on the fretboard. The other thing is these switches. I mean, a toggle switch is so much better because you turn one off and you turn the other one on. You can hear it. You know, it makes this really loud, like, click noise when you move those switches. Obviously, the volume knob doesn't work very well at all anymore. It creates a whole bunch of noise. That's really just due to its age. I mean, you could fix that. That's not necessarily a problem with the design. But when people are thinking of like a vintage classic tone, I don't think they're thinking of what this guitar sounds like. Also, these two screws here where you can kind of adjust the height of the bridge, I've got the bridge pretty low, which means the screws are sticking up pretty high and your hand kind of sits on there. It's not comfortable to play. I think the one upshot, the silver lining to all of this is that if you can play this and if you can sound decent on this guitar, then you'll probably sound fantastic on an actual good guitar. But again, guys, the thing that really blows my mind is how far guitar manufacturing has come. Both of these guitars sell for about the same equivalent price when you factor in inflation. It's just this one has benefited from 60 years of development in guitar building. Now let me ask you guys, is there anybody out there where one of these old 60s or 70s Harmony guitars, was this your first guitar? Let me know down in the comments section below, and I'll tell you right now, if it was, I have a newfound respect for you because, yeah, this is not exactly an inspiring instrument to play. Okay, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments section below. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you very soon.